Marriage by itself is a wonderful experience, especially when done with the right virtues, with the right expectations, and with the right people who come into it with joy, because you can't give what you don't have. If you come into marriage with joy and you are expecting joyful things to happen, and you begin to put all the necessary things in place, the right character and the right motive, I can tell you that it is a wonderful experience. And if you are prepared to burn all the exit points and follow through with your convictions, I can tell you that you have a very wonderful marriage. But before you say I do, there are 7 things you must know, and that's the subject of our discussion tonight. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so immediately. There's a red button by my side here. Click on it, get subscribed, and be a part of this channel. What is the first thing you must know? Realize from the onset that marriage is a partnership. It's a place where two come together and they become one. And they begin to harness one another's strengths and begin to look at one another. What have I brought to the table? What can we do to make our joint effort better? That is what marriage is all about. I have seen a lot of people who come into marriage with the wrong expectations. A young woman seeing a very wealthy guy, decide, oh, let me go into it and enjoy myself, quote and unquote. She's not considering what does she have that she's bringing to the table. No, as a person coming to marriage, what are you bringing to the table? What qualities, what virtues are you bringing in? There are things the man saw in you, and there are things you saw in the man. It is these things you bring together, and you begin to harness them in the journey of marriage, and then the marriage becomes sweeter and more, wonderful. So marriage is a partnership. You must see it from the onset, because if you see marriage as a partnership, it will determine what you will do in the process of time, especially when that marriage begin to face some strange challenges along the way. If you see it as a partner, you will be very eager to do whatever is necessary to break off from those challenges and bring your partner along as you walk through the journey of marriage. So it's very, very important for you to see marriage as a partnership from the word go. If you are in partnership, all your attentions, all your joys will be how to make your partner joyful, how to make your partner better, how to increase the value of your partner, how to increase whatever is in your partner, so that you have a very awesome journey. That is what happens when you see marriage as a partnership. So marriage must be seen as a partnership from the word go. That's the first thing. The second thing you must also do is to know that a good marriage is built on quality communication. Effectual and effective communication is very, very important at this time. When you are together as a couple or as an intended couple, how do you communicate? Is your communication vibrant? Is it laced with compassion? Is it laced with kindness, empathy? Is your communication laced with humor? How much laughter do you enjoy in the process of communicating with him or her? I mean, these things are very important, because if you are waiting until after the marriage before the man opens up or before the woman opens up, it may never be, because you can't give what you don't have. Check it very properly, because I have seen so many people who were happy and wonderful people when they were single, and in the process of marriage they became very saddened, bitter, resentful people. So the only way you can do this is just check, have a deeper look at the person you are courting, or the person you want to go the whole hog with in terms of marriage. Check him very well. How effective is his communication or her communication? How effective do you communicate with one another? Do you enjoy being with him or her? Is it an exciting moment when you are together? Do you open up to one another? Are you vulnerable before one another? Can you say of a truth that you know all you need to know about this individual? Has he or she been able to open up to you concerning her family, concerning her background, concerning her education, concerning all the things that concerns her? Has she been able to open up? Are there some certain areas of his life which is keeping to his chest? These are very important issues. So communication is very, very important. Your communication as a couple must be very vibrant from the word go, because communication is at the center, is actually the bedrock of a very wonderful marriage. If you don't have it good at the communication table, then you may never get it right in marriage. It's very important. And as a young man go into marriage, check your communication level with your spouse. Very, very important. As we go into the third one I want to mention, the third one is about your values, your beliefs as individuals. Very, very important. What a man or a woman believes in has a direct impact on the behavior, on the character, on everything around him. It can even have an impact on the circle of friends he or she may have. Belief system is very important. Don't let anybody tell you it does not matter whatever he worships. No. A person's concept of God determines a long way. It has a long, it determines a lot about his attitude towards life, about his attitude or her attitude in moments of distress, in moments of pain. It determines that a whole lot. And I want you to check very well, what kind of value system does he or she have? Let's take a woman looking at the value system. This man I'm getting married to, is he okay with doing some of the things I may want him to do? Because there are some women who will like to, their husband to babysit for them while they were busy at other things. Are you getting married to a man who will pick up the key of his car and walk away? Anytime he hears the baby crying, he picks up his key and walk away? Or are you with a man who is okay with to pick the baby in his arms and begin to sing lullaby to her? So these are things you want. Be very clear about these things because they are important. There are men who, no matter how hungry they are, you will never find them in the kitchen. There are men who will never do the laundry. There are men who will never clean the home because they believe, quote unquote, it is the woman's duty. And there are women, no matter how pained, how down you are financially, will never bring their money to buy food in the house because they believe from the concept, from the value system where they are coming from, they believe the man is the one who should fend for the home. Therefore, all her own money should be spent on her own frivolities or her own needs. So there are people who are like that. There are people who come from a foundation where divorce is commonplace. Their parents are divorced and they have siblings who are already divorced. So divorce doesn't mean anything to them. At the slightest sign of trouble, they walk away. There are people who are like that. And there are people who come from very firm family backgrounds who will do whatever it takes to stay in that marriage no matter what. So these are things you consider. Values, what is the belief system? What is the value system of this person I'm getting married to? What is the value system? What does she believe in? What is her own or his own principles concerning life and living? It's very important as a young person going into marriage to weigh these things because these things determine the joy or the bitterness. It determines what happens to your marriage in the process of time. I have seen situations where women know very well that this man is controlling, very autocratic, and yet they went into the relationship simply because the man has money. No, it's not the best. It's not the best. Because at the end of the day, when you have enjoyed that money for a season, you will see all the lapses, and before you know it, you develop high blood pressure for nothing. And I have seen so many people in my office who come to see me because their marriage is faltering, and yet their husbands have big pockets, very wealthy people, but they are no longer happy. And these are things they discovered even before they went into the marriage, but they went into the marriage simply because the man was wealthy. So check very well. A good marriage is built on the altar of sacrifices and compromise. If your husband or your to-be wife is not the one who will allow you to be who you are and air your opinion and combine your own position to whatever is his or her own position and come out with a pragmatic view, then you may have to do everything. You may have to do everything. Before we continue, please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, look at this red button by my side, click on it, get subscribed. Let's be part of this channel together. And I want to let you know that we have done more than 170 videos in this channel. You can go take a look, and there are so many wonderful videos that can make a difference in your marriage and family relationship. So click this red button, get subscribed, and be part of this wonderful channel. The fifth one I want to let you know is weigh the financial situation between both of you. Money is very, very important in marriage. Many marriages have crumbled on the altar of lack and poverty. A whole lot of marriages have been put under serious tension and stress because the couple could not even manage to fend for themselves, talk less of their children. Money is very important. So before you go into marriage, what is that young man doing for a living? Is that thing he's doing sustainable? Can it be, worked upon to grow? What are you doing as a woman that will help to add value to whatever your man is doing? What are your sources of income? Can you afford to build on it? Can you afford to make it grow? Can you afford to lift it to the level whereby it becomes a good, it becomes a kind of thing that will, help you to grow as a couple? Because if you are perpetually living in lack, your marriage will be under serious tension, especially in the present economic situation in many nations of the world. A husband and a wife must know what they are earning, what they are bringing to the table financially. If you check very well and you discover that your to-be husband is still not having anything doing, and possibly you yourself as a woman, you just left school, but because of love, romantic love, you want to get into that marriage, if you don't take time, you will suffer. You will suffer. I'm telling you, a whole lot of people have gone into marriage on the basis of passionate, romantic love. And at the end of the day, only love could not stand it. Only love could not stand the pressure that was exerted in that relationship. So you can continue cutting while you are building the foundation of while you are building the financial base of your to-be home. You can continue cutting. You can continue making inroads into your own career. You can continue improving on yourself. Try as much as possible to know that the financial base of your to-be family is now firm on the ground. And then when you go into this marriage, you begin to harness these financial resources together and build on more through savings and investment. It's very, very important. Don't let anybody tell you it doesn't matter, because a lot of ladies have said it doesn't matter. I know he's poor today, he will make it tomorrow. And this he will make it is what you continue saying for years down the road. So check very well the financial situation of both of you. If you're not firm financially, please give it a thought. Just relax a little bit. Don't be in a hurry to get married. Sit back and then check how you can harness your careers, how you can work on it to make your financial situation firm first. And then when you step into marriage, it becomes an easy one. The sixth thing I want to let you know is that your marriage or your relationship will evolve with time. What do I mean by that? What you see today may not be what you see tomorrow. You may have married somebody who is slim as a woman, very ravishing, beautiful, elegant, and everybody is looking her way. But have you taken a look at her mother when you were marrying her? Her mother may have come to your wedding very fast, very robust, and occupying 3 seats at a time. Let me tell you, that's your wife that you are marrying that is slim today may end up being like her mother. Life evolves. By the time she eats a little bit of this and that and have 1 or 2 kids, that slim woman will bloat up naturally. Have you taken a look at the father of the person you are marrying? As a man, as a woman, you look at the father. The father has a pot belly with a bald head, but the man you want to marry is full of hair. If care is not taken down the road, he will lose his hair. Down the road, after he has made some money, he will develop a pot belly. So life evolves with time. Things happen in the process of marriage. Characters change. A man can be full of joy, kindness, and everything, but you don't know what he will meet down the road that will make him become more serious, more tight-faced. He may even have met a certain thing that made him angry, that got him disappointed and frustrated along the road of life. A whole lot of things happen. I want you to know that life is evolving by the day. Now the question you must ask yourself, if anything changes like Tabitha and Oprah, if life begins to change like Tabitha and Oprah, will I still love this person? Can I really stay with him? Do I love her because she's athletically built? What happens if by tomorrow she bloats up and becomes obese? Do I love him because he has so much money? He may experience a failure in business and become poor overnight. Will you still be with him? These are questions to ask yourself. Or are you only there because the sun is shining? What happens on a rainy day? These are questions to ask yourself. You You must look at that individual and weigh what could happen 10 years, 20 years down the road. Anytime we are giving a marriage vow and we are saying for better, for worse, I must tell you, even though the marriage is meant to be better, but it can be worse sometimes. There are days of pain, there are days of agony, there are days of stress and distress. There are days like that. It's not uhuru, it's not all happiness and joy and living happily ever after. It's not always like that. So marriage and life itself evolves over a few years. So you must begin to ask yourself, this person I'm getting married to, if situations change and become alright, will I find pleasure in being with him or her? What if he gets outside there and have an accident and lose a leg and come back limping with one leg? Will I still be there? You must ask yourself that question. And if there's anything telling you, no, I cannot be there, it is better you end that courtship now and let him or her be. Very, very important. Don't use the joy of, the excitement of love and jump into a situation where you know very well that if the tide turns, you'll become a different person. It's very, very important. And I will give you the seventh one, and this is the final one for tonight. The seventh one is that you must recognize that marriage is a journey. It is a journey. It's a journey. How we start today, things we are going to see tomorrow may be different. It may go high, it may go low. And the moment you get married, I want you to embark on this journey with all the virtues at your disposal. Have something. That's why a man's faith or a woman's faith is very, very important. You must be rooted in your faith, because this faith will stand for you in the process of this journey. Marriage is a journey. It's not just a destination, it's a journey. The journey of marriage is filled with all manner of potholes and all manner of minds. There are places you may get to and you discover that is no longer as you expected. Situations may arise that can make you to lose all you have and start all over again. And of course, you may meet situations that can change the tide of the entire marriage. Your sweet husband can fall in love with another woman, but how you attend to it will make him get out of it and come back running to you. Marriage is a journey. Your wonderful wife can develop an asthma or become sickly over a period of years. How you attend to her is part of the journey. Marriage is a journey. And I want you to know this moment that as you are entering into this marriage with this man or with that woman, I want you to know that you must look at this journey with joy. You look at this journey with expectation and be prepared for whatever happens along the way. If you're not prepared to face the stresses and the distresses that accompany marriage, please, you may stay back and wait a little bit longer before tying that knot, so that you don't end up regretting in the process of time. I believe that I have ministered to you this day, and some of the things we have said, I hope it has gone in. Please, if there are comments you want to make concerning this video, feel free. Give me a comment in the comment section. And before you check out, please do me a favor. Click on this red button, get subscribed, and let us do this again and again. And check some of the videos in our playlist. It will bless you. God bless you, and have a wonderful season.